See that one right there? Yeah, that's the one I'm supposed to buy. That's the one that I showed you months ago. Yeah, they pulled it out of the bushes, but it took so long to get to it. They didn't fix it up yet. They didn't do anything to it yet. Yo, man, it's like he said he was gonna fix it, but it took like, I mean, 3 to 4 months already went by. He haven't touched it yet. So now I had to go jump on his case and tell him, like, when are you gonna get started? You said April and May. You said May and April, and you haven't touched it yet. So now he said he's gonna get a tow truck to pull it out. So now he finally did that part. The thing is, I still got to stay on him, because I just went in the office just now and asked him, what is my truck? Is that Volvo going in the shop yet? He said he still got other ones to deal with. So you know what? That thing I just showed you with the flywheel and the gear stick between the rear tires, that was my company truck, the white Kenworth. That's the one I've been in. But you can see I'm in this other truck that looks something like it. And the thing is, this one is a loaner. That when you saw me sticking the key inside the door, this black one right here is a loaner truck. So it's like I should have had that truck like 3 months ago. But the thing is, it seemed like he ain't gonna get to it, because I guess, you know, he's the only mechanic. He's the only mechanic that's available. He's the only mechanic working on 9 to 10 fleet trucks, you know. So, yo, all I did was I had me a dolly. I had me a black dolly about that tall, and I just turned it back into the shop. So, hold on for a second. I'm trying to clip this thing. I don't know. Oh, shit. The damn audio cable snagging on me. There it is, man. It's been sitting in the bushes, and now he pulled it out, and he still didn't touch it yet. No, it should have been in my hands like 3 to 4 months ago, but it didn't happen. That's the reason why I didn't mention nothing about it. Nah, I'm too busy, too disgusted and too upset on this job with all kinds of things, especially shitty ass Chicago, Illinois. I don't like it. I don't like Chicago, Illinois. Hold up. So now what I'm fixing to do, I'm gonna drive a couple hundred feet. I'm gonna drive, what was it, 150 feet across the street and go back to the yard. Really going nowhere far. I'm just going back next door in the drop yard. That's it. This ain't no adventure trip. Enjoy it while it lasts. This ain't no OTR. I'm just bobtailing. I'm just going back next door, behind them bushes right there. Nah, I hate Chicago, man. I hate it now. I remember when I came up here, when I came to Chicago for the first time with Western Express truck in 2022, when I had that truck 11107, you should have seen the shit that I saw with my eyes, man. This car was going 70 to 80 miles an hour on the side of the road, on the side of the shoulder, excuse me. So my truck was getting ready to pass him. I just stayed in that lane when he had the turn signals on. I just drove right through him like I didn't give a shit. I nearly clipped his wings and shoved him off the road, man. I just didn't care. And they're still doing that shit right now. Now they have too many assholes acting dangerous. I don't mind saying this. I know a big fucking loudmouth is gonna start talking. I just got me another ticket, man, with 3 charges on it. Right here in Chicago. The cop that pulled me over in Chicago, he said, the cop that pulled me over in Chicago, he said somebody had gotten killed on a motorcycle in the same day, a couple of hours ago, before I got pulled over. And that's the reason why I ran into that. That's why I had that, that's why I ran into that problem right there. 3 charges, I don't feel like telling nobody. But you're gonna go against my insurance. But this is what I did. What do you call it? I already paid an attorney or a lawyer or something like that. I paid for a private one. I paid for one already, and that one is based out of. No, that company is based out of Nashville, Tennessee, but I think it's coming from another one's being hired from another state. The ones in charge of me in Nashville, Tennessee, yeah. And they're pretty nice. So I guess my ticket won't be in the system within 1 or 2 months or maybe 3 months. I kind of ran into that before. So I know that's kind of the bad news. My score kind of dropped too. My boss, it's more like I'm kind of in termination status. But, what the heck, man? I'm still lucky. I'm not guaranteeing that, and I'm not comfortable with that. I'm gonna try to put everything in reverse. I speed, yes. I don't speed unnecessary. I speed just to get by, the shitty ones that's on the highway messing up. I try to find a lot of empty space in front of me so I can drive safe. I don't like being around cars and, next to me and stuff when it get crowded. There's crazy ones out there. So instead of me tapping somebody's bumper, like if I was messing with a map or something like that, instead of me getting uncomfortable with the way they drive, I ain't gonna make no excuse. I know the deal. I just don't like slow drivers. I'm keeping it 69 on a regular speed limit. And if I gotta do 75 to get away from them shitty ones, and that's what I'll do. And then I'll come back down and drop it down to normal speed. But the thing is, Chicago was like a free zone. It seemed like I got away with it 100 times, but it's because of the assholes out here, the way they're acting. Sometimes I match up to their level and they don't mess with me no more. But it's still not good enough, because I done told my boss, I really don't like passing through here so much. So I spoke to the dispatcher. Dispatcher had me going down to Florida a few times. I said, all right, that's pretty good. So they're not really, picking up loads coming out of Chicago all the time was really dangerous. But since they send me down south a few times, I've been somewhat luckier, quite a bit. But the thing is, in Chicago, you see signs saying road rages for turkeys, count to 10. How many of them? About 3 to 4 times. 3 to 4 different locations in Chicago. So, not only that, anytime I go close to the midsection, like, what was it, 294, was it 94, close to the ocean side, close to the downtown side, going towards I-80, that's the worst side. I done had a brush with them a couple of times. I had close near misses. I almost had this truck trimmed, no, the other truck, the white one, it almost got trimmed off a few times. And a whole mess of shit was happening. But the thing is, man, I try to swerve away from it, because every time I come out of Chicago, Like when I'm picking up at a Samsung, it's like I'll be swerving away from I-80 and 65, and I'm taking the back roads going down south. I did it up to 10 times so far when I got stuck on this one Indiana load. Yeah, I did it. I told my boss why I did it. Not only that, I don't have to tell my boss. He can see me on the desktop computer. He can see any one of these trucks on the desktop computer. He could see the patterns that I'm taking. You did this, you did that, you went back that way, you went this way, what? Nah, he could see all of that. He could see every inch of every one of these trucks. He could see how much fuel is being used. He could see which building you were sitting next to. He could see how long you've been sitting, everything. Even though it's a small fleet truck, it has enough technology like what Western Express will have. But the thing is, I've been swerving away from I-80 going through Illinois. The only time I swerve away from there is in the daytime. I don't touch that shit, no way. Nah, I got away with it 7 to 10 times. I tried to save my ass as much as possible. The last time it didn't work. I got pulled over because the cop told me when I was sitting in the passenger seat of a police car in the front seat, me and him was like talking to each other. He said somebody just got killed on a motorcycle today, a couple of hours ago. That was like 2 weeks ago, somewhere 2 weeks ago, when I got pulled over. So it's like I know what's sustaining me on the job. I know what it is, but I don't feel like talking about it. I want to say it, but maybe I'll talk about it later because I got a reason to be hurt and sensitive for, I know what's sustaining me. I should have been terminated already. That's what he told me. But I'm not going to say anything else. So I'm trying to save my skin, my ass, and everything else. I even told that mechanic, I kind of had to ask him a personal question. Since that truck should have been out of the shop, that Volvo I'm talking about, the one I'm supposed to be buying, it should have been out of the shop. Excuse me for a minute. It should have been out of the shop like 3 months ago or 4 months ago. This is what, July, June, let me see, May, June, July. He said April, May. It should have been out of the shop 4 to 5 months ago. It should have been. He said it's gonna take a month for him to get past it, but he looked like, I guess he must have made up an excuse, I don't know. Now since I came up with it, now since I brought up the subject, I said, look how many months went by. You said you was gonna get it out by April or May, and now it's June and July. What's up with that? So, it seemed like he must have got carried away with that part. So now you don't see the truck over in the bushes anymore. Plus, he said, yeah, you got to pay X amount of money to get a tow truck to bring it out, because he said they can use a pickup truck and pull it out, but it's because the engine was inside it. That's the reason why they couldn't pull it out. The engine is inside it, so that makes it heavier. So they had to get a tow truck and drag it out. So now you just saw the evidence. You saw me videotaping the back of that Volvo. That's the same truck that I was shooting the video on. You see, it's like I gotta stay on people whenever they say they're gonna do something. They're gonna break promises. But anyways, all I can say is that I'm at the skin of my teeth. I don't like it. But I know a second authority that's in charge of me. I don't feel like talking about that one either. That's my personal business. But I guess that's it. What I gotta do now, I'm thinking of going to the Walmart down there and where is it at? I forgot. Right there in 64. Like out that gate, you see there's Highway 64, you see them cars. I'm gonna go out to that gate. I don't know, I might not, I don't know. I'm trying to contemplate. I gotta go to the UPS store, I know that. This video is like, what, 16 minutes long? I thought it was gonna be shorter. So now it's like I came back into the same loaner truck like twice. Oh, them parts that I showed you, it looked like he took the disc out and he took out the, wait a minute, I was trying to show the transmission and the engine, the flywheel and the transmission bell housing. Y'all couldn't see it. You saw it. I know y'all were looking at pitch black darkness. Yeah, I tried. I couldn't turn on my cell phone light at the same time because my cell phone doesn't work with the light on. So I was trying to get a close-up view, but you couldn't see it because it's too dark. So it looked like he took the pressure plate and the disc out, and I guess he's waiting for parts. You know what? I'm fixing to go say something to him. I didn't notice that my truck was in my company truck was in the shop. So now, after I get off his phone, I'm gonna say, what do you need to do? Do you think you could square? Oh, wait a minute. You just told me when I was in the office just now, he was sitting across from my boss. He just said that in about 2 days he's gonna get to it. I wonder if he's really telling the truth. I'm gonna find out. Alright, anyway. I don't know what I'm fixing to do right now. I'm here trying to hook up that printer to my laptop, but I'm having some problems. I got a whole bunch of stuff on to do. I'll check y'all later.